So what do you see when you see dandelions in your garden, between the cracks of the pavements and at the side of the road? Do you see noxious weeds to be pulled up, to be poisoned with pesticides and got rid of? Or do you see incredibly beautiful flowers that are beloved by bees and food and medicine to be used by herbalists and wild folk? This is the common dandelion, and it's growing everywhere around me, and it's in full flower at the moment. I love dandelions, and I love to use them in medicine and in food. I'm Edwina Hodkinson, and I'm a medical herbalist. I live in Bury, Lancashire, which is in the northwest of England. And during the coronavirus lockdown, I'm doing a series of short videos just to help people to reconnect to the gardens and the local landscapes when they're out doing the daily exercise walk. I've got a dandelion that I've pulled up earlier, just so you can have a look at it, and you can see it's got leaves that are a little bit like teeth. This is why it's called Dandelion, dandelion. And these sort of long roots, which I've not done a very good job of actually pulling up, but it can have a really long taproot. And this long taproot can be used in medicine. It's a digestive tonic because it tastes bitter and really good at getting the digestive system functioning. It's also a liver tonic as well, and great for getting rid of some of those toxins that we can pick up in our modern day living. It's also good for balancing the blood sugar, and it makes delicious coffee as well. I like to dig up the roots, probably a bit earlier in the season than this, because it's not ideal when it's flowering. Clean it, chop it up, dry it, and then dry roast it in a pan. And once ground, it can be used like coffee. The leaf is really nice used in salads as well, particularly earlier in the year. If you get it too late in the year, it can taste quite bitter, but early on it can taste quite lush and lovely with salad dressing on it. Now this is how the dandelion gets its old folk name, which is wet the bed, as we used to call it as kids, because it is a diuretic and it does work on the kidney to help it sort of work a little bit more in making you go to the toilet. Unlike modern diuretics, which can leach the potassium out of your body, dandelion leaf has the potassium to replace that. So it's like Mother Nature knows best. If you look at the stem and break it in half, you can start to see a latex forming. This is really good to be used on the skin for warts and verrucas. The flower, although incredibly beautiful in itself, can be good medicine and food. I have a few friends who are massage therapists, and they absolutely swear by using dandelion oil on aching muscles. So how do you see dandelions? Dare you to take them into your body, to use them in medicine or food? And how will that make you feel when you ingest the wild? I invite you to do that. It might change you. So I'm just going to make some dandelion petal and wild garlic bhajis. And you can see I've got about 40 heads of it here. I've taken the petals off, put them in a bowl. It doesn't take very long. And I've got about 200 grams of gram flour, adding to it half a teaspoonful of cumin, teaspoonful of turmeric, and a teaspoonful of garam masala, a good load of pepper, and about half a teaspoonful of salt as well. Just add in some water, about 100 grams of water, just to bring it a thick paste. I've also added about half a teaspoonful of sodium bicarbonate. Then taking a good handful of wild garlic leaves, chopping them up, and add in your dandelion petals, giving it a really good stir to bring it all together, so you're covering the petals and the wild garlic in the batter. That's it. Giving it a good stir, and then taking some sunflower oil. I'm using about a litre here to put in a pan, bringing it to the boil, and just being very careful with this because it is hot oil. And when it's ready, taking about a dessert spoonful of the batter and just popping it in the oil and letting it cook. This will take about 4 or 5 minutes. And then when it's ready, just taking it out of the pan and putting it in the sieve. Just getting rid of some of that excess oil. You probably find you can do about 4 or 5 at the same time, and you'll probably get about 10 or 12 out of the whole mix. Don't they look delicious? And they're so nice with wild garlic pesto or yoghurt dip.